Hello, love. You know, I had an okay day today. It was pretty fun getting my nails done and taking the girls out. It was nice seeing you too, Jen. And I started thinking on the ride back home, while both of my daughters were asleep in the car, which does happen quite regularly when we go on long trips, which is great. Um, it gives me a little bit of peace. But I was thinking about how at one point in time I was told that I don't show a lot of emotion. So, I figured story time. Now, I don't know how many of you will actually care about, this, me, whatever. But I can safely say that this might be informative to some of you. You see, for the longest time, I had to conceal a lot of my emotions. I had to hide whether I was happy or sad or really anything. I know it seems that to a lot of people who know me, who knew me, that I was sad all the time. And that is the furthest from the truth as you could ever find with me. But it was kind of a how do I put it? Self-protection. When I was with we'll go further back than that. So, bear with me. Growing up, I've talked about having my brothers and how I felt like they were more important than me. I mean, it's still kind of the same thing. I was not allowed to feel any sort of way about the things that I dealt with. I was not allowed to feel happy about doing something, excited about doing something. I was not allowed to feel angry or sad that I couldn't be. The one that everyone chose above my brothers. It was hard. Never really fully being able to express the emotions that you had. Because if you did, you would pretty much be berated. And that kind of continued. As I moved out of my house, out of my mother's house, I, I was able to grow as an individual, as a person. Being under the wing of somebody who really didn't care about me, and really kind of still doesn't, was oppressive. It was hard to become anything more than what I was. And it took a really, really long time before I was actually able to be myself. And I'm not angry anymore. I'm disappointed at a lot of things that happened in my life. But I guess all the trials and tribulations that we deal with make us who we are today. But those things really gave me a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms and protections against a lot of things. So a lot of times it really doesn't seem like I'm happy, specifically in face-to-face conversations. I can, for the most part, show you happiness easier in text than I can in having a conversation with you. The difference is that I tell you whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, if I'm having fun, if this is something that I like, if this is something I don't like, because it's easier for me to tell you than to show the emotions. And a lot of that really exploded again when I was with my ex-wife. She professed for the longest time that she was an empath. I never put much stock into empaths. In reality, mainly because of the fact of a lot of time it's just bullshit. People like to believe that they can pick up on emotions of other people around them and feed off them. Some people, okay, yeah, whatever. They can read a room. Some people can't. But it's easier to say that they are an empath. And my ex-wife was one of those. So, anytime I was excited or happy or, just kind of like manic, anytime I was in a manic mood, I had to stop. It was too much sensory overload for her. I wasn't allowed to be more than stoic. And the same could be said for the opposite. I was not allowed to be too sad or downtrodden or depressed. I wasn't allowed to show it, because if I showed any of my emotions at that point, it was too much for her as well. So I had to recoup a lot of those horrible mechanisms, I guess you could say, of not showing my feelings a lot. I am, for the most part, a very kind of stoic person in person. It's because of a lot of those things. I don't smile a lot. So if you ever catch me smiling, or if I actually smile for you, if you say something like, smile for me, and I do smile for you, consider yourself completely lucky. Because I don't. And it's not, I don't know how to explain it more than just a defense mechanism. I am happy. There are days where I am happy. Today was a good day. I was happy for the biggest point of it. But there have been other days in my life that I have been happy, but I was not showing it to the best of my ability, I guess. And, that is kind of my fault. There are lots of things I wish I could show. That would make things easier, better, I guess, for the people around me. I'm not trying to hide my emotions a lot of the time. As time went on, it was really hard for me to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I really don't. It was really hard for me to continue to show on my face what I was feeling. And it wasn't against anyone. It was everyone. The difference is that I can literally sit here and tell you, well, yeah, I can tell you every single time I was happy in my life. And with almost like accuracy, like complete accuracy in that fact. And I can do that because it was at those times that those things mattered to me. And a lot of those times still matter to me. I have a great, and I mean a great, set of memories in my life that I will hold on to for a long time. And I really wish I could show sometimes how I feel. Because if I could, maybe people would listen to me a little bit more, would feel better about being around me more, would want to stay more. Though, the easiest way to find out what I'm feeling is just to listen to me. I mean, it's simple. I don't hide anything. I mean, obviously, pretty much, I do a lot of stuff for YouTube. Just so I can share my feelings with people and my thoughts and everything going on in here and in here. I don't know what good it really does me or any of you out there. something that I'm trying to fix. And I mean, I really am. I'm trying to fix that about me. I don't know if it matters to certain people. I don't even know if it really matters to me if I let my feelings show on my face more. If I can show people that, hey, this is how I feel, without actually having to tell people how I feel. But I mean, in that same also regard, if I'm trying to tell you what I'm feeling, it should listen, right? I have a lot of trauma baggage, I guess you could say. And when I mean a lot, there's a pretty staggering amount of PTSD and coping mechanisms that no sane person should have to deal with. The only problem I see right now is that the one time I absolutely need a coping mechanism, my mind basically just says, yeah, no, you're going to feel absolutely terrible, and you're not going to get over it. My mind always thinks of the worst possible outcome in every single moment. And that's just something I've come to do to protect myself, because I've had to protect myself pretty often. I talk about, about my daughters and how I raised them. And how I try to always explain to them how happy I am when I'm proved wrong. And the reason why I'm happy when I'm proved wrong is because usually anytime that I am right, it's about something negative. And I mean, yeah, I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be negative. But again, it's one of those coping mechanisms. If I go into a situation and I'm like, hey, this is the outcome of this situation, I'm not intentionally trying to give that situation energy, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people out there like to believe that the amount of energy that you give into something is what happens to you. So if you believe a certain thing, of course that's going to happen, because you're giving it the energy it needs. And I'm not giving anything energy. I'm anticipating. And I hate anticipating. I hate telling I hate being right about the wrong things. I hate saying that bad things are going to happen and then bad things happen. It makes absolutely no sense to me that that's allowed to happen to me. I talked about karmic justice and having a reward. I would love to be able to have a reward. But the reality is, you don't always get a reward. You get what you get. Because in reality, I could sit here and list every single thing that I want. I've done quite a bit to that degree over a lot of these. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get it. And I guess what's the saying goes, that the only constant is change. Right? That's the only thing that we have is actual change. And I don't like that is the actual case. I absolutely do not like that I will never really get what I want. And so because I have that knowledge that I can peer into, I don't know, I don't want to say future, but I have the ability to see things a little bit further ahead. And if it's things that I can control, I control them. Every time. If it's things I can't control, I'm broken. So I tend not to show I tend not to try to show my feelings to a great degree because I have been shown that my feelings are not important. And I mean, again, I'm working on that. That's why a lot of That's why I've been doing a lot of these. That's why I've been talking a lot more. That's why I've been seeing a therapist. That's why I've been trying to get out. You know, a lot of the feelings that I have. Even those the quirky little fan service Fridays. I do that because even though, like, there are days when I feel so with no confidence, like absolutely at all, I push myself to do them because it helps to get out of my comfort zone. And again, this is a pretty long video, and I don't know if anyone's even listened to this far, but if you have, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm working hard, and I want to be able to know that I'm doing the right thing. I feel like there are lots of times where we don't know if we're going to do the right thing or not. Specifically me, I have absolutely no idea if what I'm doing is the right thing at any given moment. I don't know if I'm treating people the right way. I don't know if I'm saying the right things. I don't know if I'm taking the right path in life. Because even on days where I feel like I am doing the right thing, they don't ever really truly turn out the way I want them to. I miss a lot. And I want what I want. But I know that I won't always get what I want. And I have to personally come to terms with the fact that no matter what good I do, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good enough for me to get what I want. I have to come to terms with there really is no winning. There's only continuing. But to cherish the moments where I do actually feel like I've won. Those are the moments that I have to keep working towards. But it's already 30 minutes. Most people only like to watch the short ones. So if you're here, thank you. And I'll do some more short ones soon enough. Hopefully I'll get back to doing video games too. I'm literally playing one right now. But until then, remember, you are loved. You are wanted. And you are missed.